here at Rocklahoma, and we're at Rocklahoma right now. But I'm hanging out with Richie from the Winery Dogs. Man, what is up?
How you doing?
I'm great, man. So tell me about the Winery Dogs. What y'all been up to? I know y'all are, it's a new project kind of thing, right?
Yeah, we're on our second album, and we actually took a little break to come here to play at this festival, but we're in the middle of recording our second record.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's been really good. We've got all the drums finished and most of the bass guitar.
One
And
of the greatest drummers and bass players of this time, I know. Yeah.
yeah, it's a fun band. You know, we have a lot of freedom because there's only three of us. You know, so this record we're really expanding our musical palette, and I'm excited. I can't wait to get out there and share it with everybody.
So did you find it harder to be in a band with just three guys in a band, or do you find it harder to be in a band with say four or five guys?
Well, oddly enough, all of my band configurations that I've played with have always been three musicians, guitar, bass, and drums. And either I would be singing or somebody else would be singing. So it's kind of normal for me. That's the format that I'm comfortable with. Although, that's not to say I don't enjoy, a bigger band. I've done gigs with my solo bands where I've added a organ player and piano player and background singers, so that's fun too. But with a band like this, with the doors that open up musically for us are pretty exciting, being that there's only three of us, and with Billy's pedigree and Mike Portnoy, it just takes it to another level.
Oh, most definitely. I know it's got to be exciting to be able to be in the bands with those guys too, because I'm sure y'all all learn from each other.
Yeah, and that's the thing I always tell young musicians, that to always try to play with people that inspire you and that you can grow from. And I've been very lucky. I've played with a lot of great musicians, from Billy and Mike to jazz guys like Stanley Clarke and Lenny White when we had our band together. So I've been very lucky, and I've learned a lot from playing with musicians of all different styles.
At one time, weren't you in Poison?
I was. In 1990, I replaced Cece, and we made one record and did a tour. And I was very young. I was just turned 21, and now I'm 45, so it's kind of like a lifetime ago.
Oh, I know. I'll be 40 next month, so I know the feeling.
Yeah.
You start turning around and go, man, where did all that time go?
Did that happen, or did I dream that?
I know, right? It's just messed up. Well, what's the other? You have any other projects going on other than Winery Dogs?
Yes. Well, I have my solo career that's been active since 1989 when I released my first record, and my solo band, we just put out a record early this year called Cannibals, which is we did a lot of touring in support of that, and I'm actually headed with those guys to Brazil in a couple of weeks to open up for Extreme. They asked me if my solo band would want to come down and do the Brazil shows, and so we've got 4 shows, and it's going to be really fun because it's the first time that Extreme has gone back there in I think something like 20 years. So I would imagine the shows are going to be sold out, and a lot of chaos and a lot of fun. And Brazil is one of my favorite places to play, so I'm excited about that.
I couldn't imagine going down there and playing. It was insane. But so what other things do you have with Winery Dogs that you may be excited about, other than maybe putting out another record?
Well, we're working on the record. The record is supposed to be finished in July. And then we are going to start our tour, I believe in Connecticut is the first show in October, in the beginning of October. And we're basically starting an album cycle, so, you never know how long that cycle lasts, But the first record was very well received, and as we stayed out for over a year touring. So I would imagine it'll be more of the same. Personally, I've got a live DVD that I'm releasing from my previous tour that I just did with my solo band, and that should be out sometime in the summer, late summer, and that's pretty much it. Right now I'm focused on studio and recording and that sort of thing.
What other, is there any newer bands out there that you are really into right now, maybe?
I don't really know all the bands, but I hear singles on the radio, and then if I hear something I like, then I say, oh, who is that? And then I'll go buy the single.
Right.
And if I like that one song, then maybe I'll look and see if there's any other songs I like. But that's kind of seems like what's happened now. You know, I mean, in the old days, you'd buy the album and that sort of thing.
In the old days, you could buy an album and the whole thing be good.
I know.
Nowadays, it's like,
Yeah.
like maybe one song's good.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. And so, but every now and then I hear bands that I like. You know, obviously right now I can't think of any, but I know there are, you know, new bands that I've heard that I like.
Is there any bands maybe today that you're maybe excited about, maybe want to see, or are you just here to play and?
Oh, here, you know, I just got here last night at like 1 in the morning because our flight was delayed. Yeah, yeah, and so I don't even know who's on the festival.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, so I'm always like, who's playing today?
That's right.
Yeah, because you're gone from every weekend. You're probably somewhere new. You're like, another festival. Who's this?
Yeah.
They're all the same after a while. They're the same band.
Well, we did this thing called the Monsters of Rock Cruise.
Oh yeah.
And that was fun. And then we, a few weeks later, did one called M3 Festival. It was almost like the same bands that were on the boat were on that festival. Now I have to look. I'm not aware of who's on today.
We were at Rockville down in Jacksonville, and like Carolina Rebellion, Rock on the Range.
Oh yeah.
They're a lot of the same bands.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you know, they throw a little extra ones in there every once in a while and make it a little bit.
Sure,
You know,
and it
something.
probably coincides with tour schedules
Oh,
and who's
sure.
available. Yeah, yeah.
Man, it was an honor sitting here with you, man. Talking
Right
to
on,
you,
thank
man.
you.
And much success with the Winery Dogs.
All
man.
right, thanks a lot.
All right, man. Rocklahoma, Metal Messiah with the Winery Dogs.